Hi, Marte.
Good question. Hi.
Okay, what are your questions?
Yeah, I want to know what illegal works is happening in USA as our Indians are making their all illegal works to survive there in USA.
Okay, and what about your plans? I mean, you want to come for a studies or?
No, I am not interested there to come, and I want to know what is the benefits, pros and cons of a green card.
Okay.
Where all Indians says that we got a green card and say that it's a status symbol. I want to know the demerits of that, not the merits.
Okay, and even visa approved also a big news now these days. Okay, నేను ఇప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ చేస్తున్నాను నీ క్వశ్చన్స్. బట్ స్టడీస్ కూడా చెప్పాలా? F1 you want to come for studies, right?
స్టడీస్ కూడా F1 వీసా మీద వస్తే ఏంటి, పిహెచ్డి చేస్తే ఏంటి, ఓన్లీ అంటే మిగతా డిసిప్లిన్స్ కి మన ఇండియన్స్ ని ఇక్కడ నుంచి అక్కడికి తీసుకెళ్ళి మన ఎంత లక్షల కోసం ఇక్కడ నుంచి అక్కడికి ఎంత జాబ్ రాకపోతే మనల్ని ఎలా సఫర్ అవుతుంది, ఇంకా ఎంత పవర్టీలో పడిపోతుందో తెలియాలి కదా.
ఓకే, ఇంకొకటి అడిగావు అంటే ఓకే లెట్ మీ ఆన్సర్. There are two ways to come legally, one for F1 and another for H1B. H1B is for IT, so there is no scope for non-IT jobs, but on-campus jobs. I wrote earlier answering one of the questions like $9 to $12, 20 hours a week they can work, and limited hours, 40 hours during the internship. But many do off-campus illegal jobs. That's I don't advise honestly, and I want to speak truth. I don't want to speak hypocrisy. That is one. Second, I personally consider top 3 universities are good. Rest of the universities run or 500 is one aspect, and second aspect is rest of the universities. There are 25,000 universities. Like we have engineering colleges in Hyderabad, every rook and corner. The same way a lot of colleges and universities here. There is no honestly in olden days in Andhra Pradesh, when a guy in India, if he could not get a BTech seat, he used to go to Karnataka for donation colleges with a suitcase with some cash. Same thing I see Indians are fleeing India for paying huge sums of money to US universities. Of course they get an international exposure and other stuff. That is on the positive side, but on the negative side is we are bringing a lot of money and depositing in universities here. Ultimately they are not getting anything because majority of them who are not able to get a full-time job with US clients, they end up meeting the Indian inks who fake their resumes. Basically you have to fabricate your resume and you lose character, and then you have to tell in the back home you have to tell very proudly, and lot of hypocrisy. And I also come across some of the dowry harassment cases for studying here or working here, demanding double the salary dowry like an IAS guys they do there. That's what. And life is okay, I mean compared to India, since we are born racist and little poverty. I mean speaking on the positive aspect, we have to change. That's what I have been writing and speaking, and then we have to change. And compared to India, like for example I came from a village, so whenever I want to go back, I'm giving an example, I always think about my village. Oh, there is no electricity, there is no bus transport, there is no road, there is gas system. America has everything, water, unlimited electricity, internet and all that, but people are not aware the pros and cons of both sides here, rather than comparing apple to orange, rather than apple to apple comparisons. That's what. And then they end up with the Indian links for a green card. So many ask what is a green card, and like you ask pros and cons and demerits of green card. Green card is a stupid card according to me, which everyone try for it and then they die for it, I can say. for 10 years to 15 years for the green card sake, people mourn in depression and don't share anything, or don't report about their illegal activities or illicit or evil activities of their employers, afraid of green card, so they don't tell anything outside world, but they project something great in India. That is very tragic part of Indian life here, and it's very really tragedy. I mean, it's not that something great. And after the green card, life is different. It is just the immigration issues, it doesn't make you super rich, but I don't know any of my friends who got green card. They stopped talking to me, including friends and many relatives, but I no comments. But what I understand.
Sorry to interrupt you, Spanroda. I would like to ask you one more question. Do green card play that much a big role in their life as Indians go there? And as we know that an uneducated country like India, do US provide a social security benefits their own citizens, other Indian citizens who got recent green cards?
Yeah, actually, there are two things in India. Like when I worked in government, I noticed people with power and money are arrogant and bossy. The same way I noticed here Indians with green card. Majority, I'm not generalizing, I'm against generalization, but majority, this arrogant and bossy. One. Second, if you have to pay 10 years continuously on H1B and green card status, and you must be a citizen to avoid the assistance facilities like, I mean, social security and pension. After you become, you must be paying taxes for 10 years into US. One. Second condition, you must be a US citizen. Forget about green card and applying for routes. Speaking about the getting pensions. So once you become a US citizen, then you can go to any parts of your country, whatever the country where you hail from. Then you get $2,000 approximately per month as a pension. So whether you work there, for example, I get $2,000 a month, whether I work or not, because I paid 10 years tax here. That is the advantage. And when it comes to green card, it is just immigration issues. I can go exit and country, but I cannot stay inside India or outside America more than 6 months. It doesn't, the card will expire, and again I have to try for a fresh H1B. So in that case, there is a clause like while leaving US, I have to tell government and take approval that I will return after 2 years. If I don't return after 2 years, again the card is expired. For US citizenship by naturalization, I read the book and I felt sad. I mean, the moment you become a US citizen, you lose your Indian citizenship. So it's very tricky situation and independent call, individual call. I mean to say whether you want to lose Indian citizenship and acquire US citizenship. So in that case, you lose your nativity of India. So unless you really fall in love with America and dollars, you can't do that. Is what I really a mental trauma. Those who really love India and parents want to go back will have to think of those aspects. Otherwise, I don't like India and parents, then I love America, then I have to forget the other side of the globe. That is the truth aspect, which naked truth, which may not accept it, but that is the reality. See, you cannot in history you cannot find a king who ride two horses same time, or a person to ride two boats same time in different directions, right? Same thing. When you think of America, you have to forget India. When you think of green card, you have to forget about India and parents. Is the reality. It's a heartbreaking reality that takes many people into depression. They don't express it outside, but they tell on Facebook everywhere something great.
Yeah, US citizens, most of our India is having most of US companies here, which is based on US qualifications and other things. First, basically, they teach us what is ethics.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you see that thing, is it USA don't have any ethics that getting people from other countries and giving permission to stay them there? And what about the other country surviving with poverty and other problems there? They don't have any responsibility that the guys who has energetic should work here and should go back there? They don't have any rules, such type of rules for that?
Yeah, it's a good question. Honestly, a lot of information is there these days on online. For F1 student and H1B, they have to exit the country as soon as they finish the studies, and the first H1B is going to expire. It's a American government policy as a dual policy saying that you come on a non-immigrant visa, but you permanently stay here by take a green card. So that is what the dual policy system, which is displacing many Americans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. అయితే
అమెరికా వాస్ బెస్ట్ వర్క్ కల్చర్. నేను 3 pages రాశాను దాని మీద.
ఓకే.
అలాగే ఉంటుంది. యాక్చువల్గా 10 ఏళ్ళు పడుతుంది, 10 to 15 ఏళ్ళు. కార్డు కోసం ఎంప్లాయర్కి స్లావరీ చేస్తారు, ఉడికం వెట్ సాకరీ అంటాం కదా మనం. నువ్వు ఇంతకుముందు వీడియోలో చెప్పాను వచ్చేస్తావు కదా. సో జావా రాదు, జావా నేర్చుకుని ఉంటావు. వెనక్కి వెళ్ళావు కదా, వెనక్కి వెళ్ళి నీ ఫేస్ ఎవడు చూపిస్తున్నా జావా రాదని. కుక్క బతుకు దొంగ బతుకు కూడా కాదు.
అంటే అప్పుడు కూడా రాడు. నేనంటే నాకు అర్థం బాగుంటుంది ఏంటంటే బాగున్నా బాగోపోయినా అక్కడ ఉంటారు బాబాయ్, మా పిల్లలు రాని మమ్మల్ని వెనకండి.
సేఫ్ జోన్, కంఫర్ట్ జోన్లో ఉంటారు. లేడీస్ బెనిఫిట్స్ లేడీస్కి ఉంటాయి, అంటే కష్టాలు ఉంటాయి, కష్టాలు ఉంటాయి. అంటే జర్నీ, లైఫ్ ఈజ్ అ జర్నీ రా. లైఫ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ డెస్టినేషన్, లైఫ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అమెరికా. అమెరికా బిజినెస్ రా. అమెరికా ఈజ్ నాట్ ఏ కంట్రీ ఆర్ కాంటినెంట్, ఇట్స్ ఎ బిజినెస్. మహాసముద్రంలో నీకేం కావాలో తీసుకుని వెళ్ళిపోవడమే. నేను సముద్రంలో నీళ్ళన్నీ తాగేస్తానంటే అలాగా. నీకేం కావాలో నువ్వు తీసుకుని వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. చేప కావాలా, తిమింగలం కావాలా, నాకు మొత్తం నీళ్ళు కావాలంటే అలాగనమాట. అదేదో తెలుగులో డైలాగ్ ఉంది, పుట్టింటికి వెళ్ళిన ఆడది చెరువులో దిగిన ఏది, అమెరికా వెళ్ళిన ఆంధ్ర వాడు వెనక్కి వెళ్ళరు. టైంకి